Liverpool fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man, Sai. Alrighty, there's quite a few things to go over. Has Arne Slot made his first and second mistake in a match? Also, the Trent Alexander Arnold situation. Also, thank you to everybody in the Liverpool fan in Japan community who joined me yesterday on a live Q&A. Everyone gave me great feedback, told me you really enjoyed that session as well. I really enjoyed doing that session as well in lieu of doing the live watch along because it was a 1:30 a.m. kickoff. And I was a good luck charm as well. And why, you may ask, is because I went to sleep straight after that live Q&A, and when I woke up to go to the toilet, my regular toilet break, within 3 seconds of waking up, putting the Unext app on to watch the match, we equalised. Cody Gakpo screamer, top of the net. And then Movi Shoes asked why I was still upright, obviously being what, like 2 a.m. or further, 2:30 a.m. in Japan time. And I said I woke up to win Liverpool the game, and then we scored again. PK, triple captain Salah, step up, bang, into the goal, 2-1. And with that, my job was done. Good evening, my friends. But when I went to sleep, what do you know? Liverpool collapsed 2-2. So you can thank me for getting back in the game. You're welcome. Thank me for winning the game. And when I went to sleep, you can blame me for going to sleep and losing the game. Not losing it, drawing the game. So first and foremost, the narrative going into the Man United game is that we should be absolutely stomping them. However, with Szoboszlai out of the equation through illness, we lacked the bite, tenacity, and intense pressing in midfield. For some reason, Curtis Jones just wasn't at the game. In fact, could you really see him making that much of an impact? He didn't give Trent also the protection that a Szoboszlai could have given Trent on that side as well. Ryan Gravenberch was absolutely immense. Some of the skill pieces that he showed, the techers on that lad, wowzers, absolutely amazing. McAllister is coming to his own. He is class. He should have had 2 assists, right? One to Cody Gakpo, obviously hit into the roof goal, but also his header, guided header to Van Dijk, who just didn't get enough contact to beat Andre Onana as well. Shame, because that would have put the game to bed, that one. Also, the fact that Xerxes squared a ball in the dying moments to Harold of Maguire. So Harold of Maguire was a bobbled ball, not on the floor as well, and he skied it. Wow, we could have been punished for that one as well. So on the balance of fairness of that game, a draw is probably about right, but it's really 2 points lost because of the momentum. But hang on your horses right there. I did say that Liverpool still are in a fantastic position to win the Premier League for the fact that all we need to do between now and the end of the season is match Arsenal and Nottingham Forest's performance. Arsenal drew, lost points, dropped against Brighton. João Pedro, penalty, 1-1. Liverpool drew with Man United. Now, when you play Man United, the form book goes out the window because you remember Danny Spud Murphy scoring fantastic free kick, back-to-back free kicks against Man United, us winning points for them, either a win or a draw as well. Alex Ferguson said it as well. When it comes in to the Liverpool versus Man United fixture, form goes out the window. Now, obviously, unfortunately for us, they picked this particular fixture to turn up, to stay tactically disciplined and retain their shape. Additionally, the finish from Lisandro Martinez, Licha, into the top of net, it's kind of Giggs-esque, isn't it? He's scored, I think, at least 2 of those against us beforehand. And we have a clear weakness on the right-hand side. Now, with Trent Alexander in the team, they always target our right-hand side. And without Jordan Henderson or Dominic Szoboszlai covering for Trent Alexander-Arnold, it's very difficult to keep that side locked down, especially because Konate was coming back from injury woes as well. He's having to really cover and do a shift out there, stretching his legs, and I hope it doesn't put too much pressure on his body because he does break down when he needs to go out wide too much. That might be one of the reasons Joe Gomez, breaks down so often as well, because he's having to cover for Trent. The fact that Trent doesn't run back instinctively as well, it gets on a lot of people's nerves. Now, he is a vice captain, should be leading by example, a future Liverpool captain if he stays. But to some extent, you got to understand, does he have a chance to influence the game? Now, I know, like Braveheart Andrew Robertson, it's in his character, in his nature to run back constantly, but you do knacker yourself out and tire yourself out, which means that your ability to perform the game-winning pass and forward passes and driving forwards with intent is diminished for the fact that you knacker yourself out. So as a coach, I halfway house understand his hesitancy to do that if he hasn't got that engine, that stamina. But at the same time, when you lose the ball and when you do those absolutely maniacal game-losing balls, you better run your ass off back and show the fans that you actually care and you mean business, especially with this contract talk going on. Now, there's a lot of, rumors going around because of Real Madrid offer, the potential Liverpool offer, 300k a week, 5-year deal. It's playing in his head. He can't focus, but none of that. He had a terrible performance, and it was just because on the day he did not perform, was out of sorts, defensively indisciplined, didn't make a single tackle all game. His forward play, which usually covers for his defensive liabilities, wasn't at the races either. He messed so many occasions up. Terrible performance, like a 2 out of 10 performance, literally. Now, he's going to have a lot of fans on his back saying, sell him now, get rid of him, let him go on a free transfer as well. But look, defensively, he's actually been pretty solid. Arne Slot has worked one-to-one and closely with Trent Alexander-Arnold and not made him the prominent playmaker in the team, because Mo Salah is that playmaker. And thank you, Mo Salah, getting me 21 points, triple captain him. I would have loved, more goals, but, I'm even lucky for that, because Andre Onana really should have saved his penalty. My goodness, he got a whole body behind it, predicted the right way, did a little cheeky that way, dived anyway, and it's still squirmed through him. I don't know how he didn't save that. Would have been triple minus for myself, but no. In the end, 21 points, going right up there in my fantasy football league, LFIJ league. Whoever wins that league, by the way, gets one of my jerseys. I will put my kit available and you choose the one you want, but I'm up to 7th now, so beware. It might be here to stay. But yes, back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's a professional. He would have trained very well. Arne Slot gave him the big up, saying that, he trained well and he'll definitely play this weekend. But Man United targeted him, and the fact that Diogo Dalot, who is not a winger, but he is an attacking player with attacking threat, got the best of him time and time again on the overload and overlap. It was really, really disappointing to see, especially because Bruno Fernandes turned up, played amazing. Ugarte destroyed stuff as well. Diallo plugged and worked away. I told you, Matthijs de Ligt is an awful defender and a liability, giving away the handball, and Gakpo sent him to the cleaners, doing the weekly shopping as well. Speaking of which, Gakpo's high finish into Rufa net, sublime. He may be in and out of matches, but when he's presented with a goal-scoring opportunity in the game-winning scenarios, which that left-hand space is, he cracks it, and he is the cream of the crop. Like this channel, substance in abundance. Smash a like right now before we continue as well. But yeah, without Cody Gakpo, we would be in deep doo-doo. Because have you realised that when we're behind in matches, Cody Gakpo is the one that brings us level more often than not, quite a few times. Someone check the stats for me and let me know in the comments below. Cody Gakpo scores our equaliser again and again and again and again. He is that big moments player that we can count on because he's pretty clinical. He did miss a good chance in the first half. McAllister missed a good chance as well. But in the absence of Domi Schlobbers, Curtis Jones went back to his usual self. He just didn't have an influence in the game, wasn't very effective. His pressing wasn't very effective. We missed something huge when Dominic Szoboszlai isn't there. And this is the first qualm I have about Arne Slot. Now, I think he is the promised one to lead us to the glory this season, multiple titles, and in the next seasons as well. But his stubbornness to realise that when we're overrun in midfield and when a change is needed, he only changed Jarell Quansah, who's an easier player to change for a Konate, in the first match. Trent Alexander-Arnold should have been hooked for Conor Bradley if Bradley was fit enough to play, because Bradley did not miss a step when he came on. Tackled superbly, absolutely superbly against Garnacho, got his foot in, broke the momentum, and down the line as well. Skinned Bruno Fernandes, cutting inside. Threat as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold was not at the races. He could have saved him and saved himself. And when you look at the grand scheme of things, this is the one underlying thing that I want everyone to realise. Trent's contract situation, free transfer Bosman to Real Madrid, renewal at Liverpool, means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Points on the board, match day, winning games, winning the Premier League this season is everything. It doesn't matter if you destroy Trent's confidence. It doesn't matter if you force him all the way to Real Madrid by dropping his ass on the bench or substituting him early. It does not matter. All that matters is 3 points on the board. And I think sooner than later, Arne Slot has got to show the ruthless side that above big names, you take them off and you put on a player that will get you the points in the bag. Now, traditionally, he's been very good at this. We know at halftime he changes the game. Tactically, he instills the confidence in the players and their tactical understanding, because his communication skills and concision in terms of helping the players understand what they need to do and their responsibilities to turn the flow and narrative of the game to win the game is very, very good. But Endo should have come on. Endo should have come on to close up shop when we 2-1 up. As soon as we go 2-1 up, Wataru, warm up, you're on, baby. Because Wataru, Endo would have smashed and obliterated them to pieces. Even if he gives away fouls, it breaks their momentum, breaks their form as well, and he blocks the channels. He's a game-intelligent player who facilitates the team to give him a foundation to spring the counter-attack by winning the ball or blocking the lines. His reading of the game is superb. He could have come on for any of the midfielders. not even joking, any of the midfielders, and we probably would have won that game because he's game intelligent like that as well. You saw when Conor Bradley came on, he did more than Trent in his limited 10-15 minute cameo. I think Arne Slot has to go back to form and be ruthless with the substitutions and rely on players to see the game out. Now, you understand Gravenberch staying on because he's very good at holding the ball, inviting the press, and breaks the tempo and can change defense into attack as well. So pivot with him and Wataru Endo would have been fantastic. Additionally, he changed his mind, right? Cody Gakpo was going to be subbed and Lucho Diaz would have stayed on, which makes a lot of sense because Lucho Diaz is a pest for the whole 90 minutes and always plucks away, and he's got the techers to really, really go direct at you, and it's a constant threat. But because Cody Gakpo scored a goal, he left Gakpo on. Now, it's interesting change of form and change of mind because I want to understand what he saw there. Is it because from a personal level, Gakpo's confidence is up, his morale is up from scoring? It's interesting. Also interesting that Darwin Núñez came on with Diogo Jota even after he scored. The existing plan was deployed. Jota wiggled his way with a silkworm dribble, his trademark maneuver, and got a shot away. Onana saved it nicely. But Darwin Núñez absolutely clattered the man. He didn't even look at the ball. He just went, I'm going straight in there, not realising that he misses the next league game, which is against Nottingham Forest. And this Nottingham Forest game would have been in Arne Slot's mind time after time for the whole time since we lost it, because of the fact that it's his only calendar loss in the whole calendar year. Nottingham Forest. Wood. Can't see the wood amongst the trees, right? We've got to cut them down, chop them down on the weekend. But speaking of which, we have the chance to rectify this performance because it feels like 2 points dropped with Tottenham, away at Tottenham in midweek. Thick and fast. Is it Wednesday? Oh man, I love it when there's congestion, fixture congestion, for the fact that I just want to see Liverpool play. It's not my responsibility for the personal fitness and the form. I just want to see our boys play because I love watching Liverpool play, as you guys. And if we smash them and beat them with Ange ball, then it does the world of good. Now, they're always going to have a chance to score because their attacking threat is huge. And with Ange ball, it is huge. Unlike Ruben Interim. No, he's done a good job. Amorim, give him some time as well. But I don't want to see him give him time because he's a decent manager. And Man United never should turn the ship, especially at Anfield. But we need to play a strong team against Tottenham with probably just Kelleher in goal and Endo closing up shop, because of the fact that we need to build our momentum, build our form going into this second half of the season, for the fact that there is a lot of negativity, for better or for worse, floating around Liverpool at the moment. Andrew Robertson, is he good enough? Didn't have the best of games, but at least he gives 100%, right? He always gives the best of himself no matter what. I thought Tsimikas should have started. I really thought Tsimikas should have started. So, Robertson's been backed with leadership and his workman likability. But once again, they penetrated us down the right-hand side, so you can't blame everything on Robertson. Van Dijk was a colossus. But against Tottenham, we got to come back to form, put the needle in, put them to the sword, and in the second leg, still play a strong team, but make sure we work our way through and utilise the rest of the squad. Good to see Chiesa on the bench as well. That bench looked horrendously strong, horrifically strong for the opposition. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get the 3 points against Man United. But once again, let me reiterate the point for everyone who's massively disappointed and depressed. Don't strike out at Trent Alexander-Arnold too much because he's our player. We're going to need him fit and firing and on form. He's the one that helped us turn the game against Newcastle, against Arsenal as well, against Manchester City as well. World-class delivery, world-class balls. Still our vice-captain. Not sure our vice-captain on merit, maybe political, because as I mentioned in the last video, he's definitely not captain material in my eyes. If we have offered him a big contract, he better buck up and play the game, focus on the game instead of the off-the-field antics, because people turn on him very, very quickly. The arguments on Gary Neville, Roy Keane, Jamie Carragher, and D. Studger G, butting heads with Jamie Carragher, I love to see it as well because, everyone's just a passionate Liverpool fan, giving their own opinion. Back to Liverpool fan in Japan, hit the like as well. But yes, I really, really think that Trent Alexander-Arnold needs to sort it sooner than later, or say, I won't sort it until the end of the season, so he can get back to focusing on football. And Arne Slot's probably got to send a message by giving Conor Bradley minutes, because Conor Bradley is not an up-and-comer. He's an amazing talent who dominated the game against Real Madrid, against Mbappe, dominated the game against Chelsea and scored a cracking goal across the face of the goal as well. He's a known quantity and he deserves to play as well, as does Kostas Tsimikas. And for everyone who thinks you can solve the situation in the January transfer window, getting a left back in, right, or getting a defensive midfielder in, they're not used to Arne Slot's system. Arne Slot's boards are Premier League proven, all that jazz that Chiesa had to go through as well. Remember that Fabinho, the Dyson, the Hoover, the Lighthouse didn't play for like 6 months. Neither did Wataru Endo. under Jurgen Klopp. They need time to acclimatise, get used to the surroundings. Even Gravenberch was dismissive by Ronald Koeman at the Netherlands team because he just wanted a house hunt. He needed a place to live. And he got criticised for that as well. Everyone needs time to settle in, so they can't have an instant impact. Although if they are Premier League proven, like Aït-Nouri, Kerkez, Anthony Robinson, for example, then less acclimatisation to English weather. And they will know how about Liverpool play as well. But still, building up that relationship with the players in front of you and to the side of you, it takes some time, especially different systems as well. So you can't solve everything in the transfer window. But point one was Arne Slot needed to be ruthless with his substitutions. No favouritism, no big names, just get the points on the board and utilise the players that will help you get the job done, like Wataru Endo, for example. The second one is his discussion. He's got to have the man-to-man, mano-a-mano talk with Trent Alexander-Arnold and get his head in the right place. But not just him as well. He needs to get Quansah back into the real rotation to get his confidence back up, because ever since he made a mistake against Man United and ever since he got dropped, swapped for Konate start of the season, his confidence has been diminished as well. We can't confidently rely on him as that second choice centre back or right back, because he did play in a fullback position, interestingly enough, even though Gomez was fit and is more of a fullback, at least in my eyes. We've got to get him in a rotation as well, because otherwise we are lacking a bit defensively, unless Slot really utilises Endo in a fullback or centre back position, because he started his career in the J League in that position, and he's really, really well versed in the dark arts. Either the ball doesn't pass or the man doesn't pass, or I'll clear the man out, or I'll cover for the man. He's a real good egg, is Endo. So let's see how he handles the man-to-man situation behind the scenes, because he's a great communicator and he will know that there's a lot on the line here, a lot at stake. Everyone says, including Jurgen Klopp, that form and momentum is very, very volatile, double-edged sword, very fragile. It can break on a knife edge. Arsenal dropping points, and our rivals will continue to drop points. Manchester City seem to be bucking up their ideas. Haaland is scoring again. De Bruyne's back in the mix as well. Can't rule them out completely. But Liverpool have 6 points, which is 2 games ahead of Arsenal in terms of points won. It's better to get the points on the board. Remembering we have the game in hand against Everton as well. But that game in hand doesn't mean so much if you draw, because even a draw gets you 1 point ahead. Goal difference kind of negates that, because you would have won the league on goal difference anyway against Arsenal. So what we have in goal differences already equates to 1 point ahead, unless they massively go on a scoring spree now until the end of the season. But I doubt it with their firepower, because they don't have a dedicated out-and-out goal scorer, and they're lacking Bukayo Saka. So we have to win against Everton, otherwise it's meaningless, and we retain a 6-point buffer. Okay, it's a win against Everton for a 9-point buffer. A draw is meaningless because we're already ahead in goal difference. That 1 point doesn't decide anything, because we would be ahead of them on goal difference anyway. So Arne Slot's man management skills have to get through the head and the barriers and the politics of players like Trent Alexander-Arnold. Has to get Joe Quansah out of the mire, the muck, to get him confident again. And we need Szoboszlai back as soon as possible, because he really leads the press from the front beyond our striker and that 10 position, and facilitates our midfield and backs up for Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. I'd love to see Conor Bradley get a chance, and I hope he does get a chance. I think he will get a chance in Tottenham. I'll do the Tottenham lineup tomorrow. We now have Chiesa as a legitimate option, so I hope he starts as well and shows what he's about. Konate will need to build up that match fitness as well, but I don't blame him, because he's coming back from that injury and he had to cover for Trent, who just really did not cover, was out of sorts. But worst of all, his forward momentum and forward ability was non-existent in that game. But don't hammer Trent, and don't say anything you regret, like let him go on a free transfer, we won't miss him, get him out now, sell him in January. This is all reactionary and over-top emotional. He's still an asset and he has a part to play. We're going to need a firing Trent and a firing Nunes for the best chance for Liverpool to win everything this season. We're still top of the league, top of the Champions League, in all the cups as well. Ange Bor is on a downward spiral. Ruben Interim Amorim still is yet to convince fully. Man City are way behind. Arsenal are the prince that were promised, but are clinging on to the glories of that one FA Cup that Arteta kind of fluked. He kind of won it, but he kind of fluked it as well. Nottingham Forest, the big surprise package here. Let's see what they can do as well. And can we drag Man United back into the relegation battle? Can those relegation fodder teams get back in there to bring Man United into that battle? Because that would be interesting to see as well. Things are not right at many of our rival clubs. So all in all, Liverpool still are the momentum and form team. And if you look at the calendar, yeah, we're definitely the form team, and we have the firepower and the squad, so things could be better, but still looking pretty great in all honesty. Back the boys, up the shiny one, Arne Slot as well. And I want everyone to realise, right, a team like Man United on any given day with a low block, playing high balls with the rain dropping as well, where the pitch is greasy and it's a little bit, slippy as well. They got technical players, and Bruno Fernandes played amazing in the midfield, inviting the press, bypassing our press as well. They got some lucky balls. Did you notice they were first to many second balls, and that was disappointing. They had the battling qualities there. Ugarte, Mainu, Fernandes won a lot of second balls. They won so many second balls. Our midfield just couldn't dominate in this particular game. Gravenberch is amazing. Bless Slot for, unleashing potential of Gravenberch. But realise that we're not entitled to win every single game. If we turned up, we could have battered them. But Man United did turn up, and we barely plugged away at, let's say, 60%. And we had some individual terrible performances as well. And you could probably rightly say that Trent Alexander-Arnold almost cost us the whole match there, if it fell to anyone except to Harold of Maguire. If Van Dijk was an absolute colossus. But then again, we did have our chances to win it at the other end, and Andre Onana really could have saved Mo Salah's penalty. Matthijs de Ligt is a massive liability. Their squad is no good at all. It's 2 points dropped. But at the same time, you wouldn't feel disappointed for a draw for the fact that we played awful with a few standout performances in Van Dijk and in Gravenberch as well. So no love lost for that performance. No giving them the biggest praise in the world. But in perspective, we only need to match Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City and Nottingham Forest's performances for the rest of the season. And the title is coming back home where it rightfully belongs, to Anfield. And we would have overtaken Man United's league win tally. We would be number one, back on the perch. Alex Ferguson's decade of dominance over. Liverpool, back on the top, thanks to Arne Slot and the boys. And there's so many players here that have been there, done it, and won it. Alisson Becker, Van Dijk, for example. Even Trent and Robertson have won it all already. So we need to give the trophies to the Gakpo, to the Endo, to the Chiesa, to everyone in this lineup, because they thoroughly deserve it, the way they played so far. And if anyone can get me back on track, it's Arne Slot. I know everyone's in a downbeat mood because of the performance, but look, it could have been so much worse. If they stole it against us, think how much rage would you be filled with? How much rage bait and clickbait would all the content creators put out there? This is the reality. Arne Slot really needs to show his mettle now. Heart on hand, mano talk, manly talk with the boys. Van Dijk was angry. Did you see how furious Van Dijk was as well? Utilize your squad. Bring on Endo when you're ahead. He'll shut up shop. And the good thing is, we have still never been behind by more than a 1 goal deficit. And that's really meaningful. It means we have mentality. We have the fighting mentality, the mentality monster mantra as well, which means Arne Slot really has honed into the boys, the tactics, to score the goals, and they're listening and they're following and they're not dropping their heads when we go behind. But you saw how passionate Van Dijk was and how angry Van Dijk was. That's a true captain with the aura and the leadership, and I wish he would have buried that header as well. But all in all, it's not the worst result in the world. Man United can do it on any given day. It's just a shame that it was yesterday and at Anfield as well. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you to everyone who joined me in the live Q&A once again. I love chatting with you guys, love conversating with you guys. I'll try to do it every single weekend where I can't do a live match watch along. Thank you everyone who's supporting the membership through the Liverpool Fan in Japan YouTube membership. It's like £2 something a month, right? Really supports and helps me more than you can imagine. 2025 is going to be a great year for me, for you, for all the Liverpool fans worldwide. And this is the best international community worldwide for Liverpool fans. Hope to see you guys soon. We're, I think, 95, 96 members. So almost at the magic 100 number. And here's what you get for supporting the channel. By going to the members section on Liverpool Fan in Japan channel, you can join the membership and gain access to exclusive content, all my tactical treasures without measures, my translating of a Tado Endo vlog and book, and my thoughts on all the fellow Liverpool creators and other content creators as well. Additionally, Mia and Ato will get new Liverpool kits thanks to all of your financial support. They're growing rapidly. I love my merch, as you know. Look at them, adorable. Also, each additional tier gives you different perks. The Wonder Kid tier, you get members only polls and priority reply to all comments, and translated goods at your disposal. Additionally, the next tier, the Liverpool fan in Japan All-Star tier, you get my exclusive Christmas card early, access to new videos and member shoutouts as well. The card's going out this week. On the Emperor Endo tier, I will join you one-to-one on a chat. We can collab and do any project you like as well. So please consider joining. We got an exclusive Discord, the Liverpool Fan in Japan Lounge, and an exclusive member number. 100 goodies, one and done to the first 100 members. And I have a whole array of Liverpool kits to open in this Liverpool bag, Liverpool goodie bag. In fact, I got one from the UK, which my mum sent. So let's open that one first. Still got the label. Men's Home Producto Exclusivo. How much did this cost? Is there a price tag on this? I don't know, but exclusive product. I like this because this has the liver bird, but it's got a funky liver bird. Have a look at that. Look at that. So yeah, let me whip this on top of what I currently got because it's a bit chilly at the moment. So there we go. That's cheered me right up. I hope this video has cheered you guys up as well and given you guys some perspective. It's not all lost. It's not all forlorn. Liverpool are here to stay. Still top of the league. Under the shiny one, Arne Slot with the best squad. Top of the Champions League as well. Let's see what happens against Tottenham and whether we really can maintain our position in all the cups and on that perch and in a good mood as well. Or whether doubt is starting to creep in. But I doubt that because Arne Slot, best of the lot. Till next time, Miyazaki-man, Ichiban! Smash a like if you haven't already, really helps the video. Interact with me, I reply to every comment personally as well. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care, have a great day. Jane means ciao.
Liverpool fan in Japan.